Yes. Okay. So embarrassed.
No, it's okay. This is what happens when you try to film YouTube.
No, you feel my pain.
Yeah.
Or if you don't,
then this is what happens.
Okay.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'm back with my friend Jen Martinsen. She is the founder of Nutrition Bliss. She is a functional nutritionist, and today we're going to be talking about detox.
Yes, it's definitely the time of year where it's the top of everybody's mind. I think summer is coming up, and if you're a mom, your kids are about to go out of school, times are going to get crazy, and so it's a time to focus on you, and it's easy to get stuck in a rut, and so a detox is a perfect way to reset your system and to start to feel better.
So just a note, we are actually live right now on her Facebook and also my Instagram, so if we're looking to the sides, or maybe this is going to be a little bit more casual than our last video that we shot, that is what's happening right now.
What we want to talk about today is kind of some of the 4 basics that if you have never tried a detox before and you just want to get started and see how it feels and maybe try out something new in your body, some simple things that anybody can do to support your body and to improve your body's ability to detox. And I think it's important to realize, I get this question often about, well, don't our bodies detoxify anyway? Why do I need to do something special? And it's just the way our lives are now, with whether it's the air we're breathing, the liquids we're drinking, the food that we're eating, just the environments that we're living in, we are exposed to more toxins than we were 100 years ago. So our bodies are still amazing and try to keep up, but usually over time, from different habits that we have, your system gets a little bit sluggish and it can't keep up to the same level that it once did. So there's different ways that you can use food and lifestyle to support your body so it can begin to be more efficient at taking out the trash. And that's why
I like that, taking out the trash.
It's something everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
So when your system gets more efficient at that, that's why so many people feel better after doing a detox, because their system is not bogged down by a bunch of trash that's sitting in the corner anymore. And so that's what detox is meant to do. Really, my specialty is a food-based detox, which is using food and nutrients to really nourish the body, to give your system what it needs to clear it out, rather than be overly restrictive. Another scary thing that can happen when you do those extreme versions of a detox is that you are pushing your body too far too fast, and you can end up feeling really sick and more sluggish and even worse than you did before. That's not what we're looking to do. These are really gentle changes and shifts that you can put into place to support your body so you can feel better.
Yeah, I have actually never heard of a food-based detox. So I am super interested because I've done detox before. I feel like when you just have to just drink your meals, people fail after like a day, right?
Because they're hungry.
Yeah. So we are going to touch on 4 specific points for detox. And I feel like these are super easy that anyone can follow. Which one do you want to start with first?
I'm going to start with just adding more color to your plate. It is a super basic tip that anybody can follow. And right now, let's say your breakfast consists of maybe eggs and toast. If you look down at your plate, it looks pretty bland, right? There's not a lot of color and there's not a lot of anything exciting going on. And I think we just get used to putting the same things on our plate always. If you get in the habit of trying to add as much color as possible, or when you go to the grocery store, just trying to buy some more colorful options, don't go crazy so you're buying so many things that you end up tossing half of it away, but challenging yourself or introducing at least one new food a week. And then when you look down in your plate, think about how you can add some avocado or some greens or some strawberries. It could be fruit or vegetables. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're adding red onions to a salad. Maybe you're adding garbanzo beans to a salad. It's just adding different colors to your plate. So when you look down, if you only see 1 or 2 colors, that's not enough. And just think how you can add something else. Sliced up apple, sliced up pear. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just introduce more color to every single meal.
So when I go to the grocery store and I see this giant wall of vegetables, I get really excited, but then I'm so intimidated because I don't really know how to prepare these, cook these, how they're going to taste. So I basically just stick to what I know, and I buy organic spinach and then tomatoes and cucumbers. I have kale in all my smoothies, and I know I need to branch out more, but that's a start.
And if you are okay with herbs, herbs are really overlooked, and it's such an easy thing to add to everything. So cilantro and parsley can go on nearly every dish. I know some people hate cilantro, so if you hate cilantro, go with parsley.
Is there nutrition value in parsley?
They're both amazing, more because of their phytonutrients. So thinking beyond like the macros, we always talk about macros, thinking beyond that and starting to think about the phytonutrients that you're getting from that food. Both parsley and cilantro are super supportive of detoxification. So adding them to salads, to bowls, to stews.
It's so easy.
You can add it to literally everything.
And is it fresh or dry?
Either, but I like having the fresh. I think it's easier. When I get it back from the store, I rinse it and immediately put it in a container, because I hear the feedback that you buy some cilantro, it sits in the drawer, it gets slimy, and then you never use it. If you rinse it and then store it immediately, it will stay sealed in your refrigerator for future use for at least a week, week and a half. All right, so tip number 2 is to skip fat for your early morning meal. And I know this will sound opposite from a lot of the dietary trends that you've been seeing lately, especially if you're following the keto phase. Really, that's eating fats for every single meal. But the reason why you want to avoid it for breakfast, especially if you're focusing on detoxification, is because it slows down your digestion, and it's also harder on your liver. And your liver is your friend number 1 when it comes to detoxifying. So if you can skip fat for that morning breakfast and focus more on a fruit-based smoothie or a fruit bowl, or even having oatmeal with just fruits and cinnamon topped on it, they are delicious options that are satisfying, and then that gives your liver a break to continue to take out the trash for a little bit longer, because it's not going to be slowed down by a really high fatty breakfast. So if you're having a really heavy meal to start your day, not only is that going to slow down your digestion and can cause bloating later in the day, but it can also leave you feeling sluggish and really dependent on maybe caffeine. Yeah. So you're going to have higher energy, you're going to digest better, and you're going to be supporting your liver and detoxification.
And I know that seems really difficult for people to do, because that's kind of how we were too. And even when we did paleo, we were eating eggs every morning. And then when we switched to more plant-based, we had to like change all of that. And it seemed harder in the beginning, because you're like, wait, oh, I forgot, we're not making eggs today. But when you get into the routine of adding the fruit in, it gets easier and easier, and then you'll see how your body responds. So which fruits are the most easily to digest if they're reaching for that in the morning?
What I would focus more on what has the most antioxidant and beneficial value, and so including some type of berry is always going to be really supportive. I'm going to put a link in the description below, and I'll do that also. I don't know if I can do that on the lives, but at least in the YouTube video, for a berry cleansing smoothie that is so easy. It's 3 ingredients, and it uses a base of water, so anybody can throw it together. And I use all frozen fruits for my smoothies, except for bananas. So it's easy to always have on hand, and you honestly can do it in 2 minutes. And I usually make a batch where I have 2 servings, so I'll have one now and then put another sealed in a mason jar that I can have for the next day.
All right, and so the third
one, I know you've heard this before, so it's going to sound a bit boring, but I'm going to give it to you in a different way. It is drinking more water. That is really how we process and flush things out of our system. But a lot of us forget to do it during the day. And so starting every morning with at least 16 ounces of room temperature or warm water, adding lemon to it, or cucumber or lime, is going to make it even more healing and supportive. So not only is that how you're going to start your day, but it's also how you're going to end your day. So it's going to help support your body processing everything, and then of course you still want to continue to drink it throughout the day, but it's something that's so easy that anybody can do. It just is a matter of getting in the habit, and so sticking with it for at least 1 to 2 weeks will really, you'll feel the difference, and it's much more likely that you're going to continue to do it when you feel the own difference in your body than me telling you. So give it a try.
And what I do is I actually set an alarm on my phone so that I don't forget, and it just reminds me to drink the water in the morning. I know that's crazy, but I'll forget. Don't wait. As soon as you get that message alert on your phone, go straight to wherever your water is and drink it. That way you get it out of the way.
You really start to crave it, actually. Yeah. I've noticed that. Now I do it as soon as I wake up. It's the first thing I walk into. I don't grab my phone. I don't do anything. I go and grab my quick glass of water. Once you begin to have that part of your routine, you'll notice how much your body has probably been asking for it. this whole time. All right, the last one is probably not going to be your favorite, which is why we saved it for the finale. It would be eliminating, don't say it, caffeine and alcohol for that period of time. Yes, drink up right now while you still can. Coffee is, I think, really something that we all enjoy, and I'm guilty. I would go for coffee always. With the caffeine, it's really hard. We're artificially pumping adrenaline out of our bodies when we drink caffeine. It affects your stress response, it affects your ability to digest. It does so much where it's really not supporting our bodies, even though I know we really love it. So choose a period of time for this detox. Really try to figure out 2 weeks would be ideal for you to start to notice the change, because the first week you're still trying to figure out how to add more color or get the water as part of your routine. Give yourself 2 weeks of no coffee. I'll tell you the first 3 days you'll probably hate me, but after that, it will feel a lot better. So removing caffeine, that means caffeinated teas as well. You can do things like lion's mane is a really popular option where it's a mushroom form of coffee. But for me, it really is about the ritual of liking to drink something warm. It could be literally anything in that cup. So herbal tea is kind of my personal go-to of what I really love to substitute the caffeine. And then number 2 was the alcohol that I just mentioned. The reason to remove alcohol is not to be mean. And it's not forever. To take away your complete social life. It's because alcohol in our body is really public enemy number 1 for our liver. When we're drinking, even if it's 1 glass of wine at night, I know wine can be healthy and it has antioxidants. So with any detox, if you're trying to encourage your body to process more and take out more of the trash, adding its public enemy number 1 isn't going to serve you in any way. So if really there was a number 1 thing to support detox, it really should be removing alcohol, even though it is everyone's least favorite thing to give up. I think we can all find windows, and now is a good time of year because it's before summer break hits. So there is going to be, 2 weekends where you might have to change your routine. But I will say, personally, I have done this. I went to a friend's birthday party. I told people I was on a detox, and everyone was fine with it because everyone has done a version of this at some point. And so never does anyone think a thing about it, and it's going to be done in 2 weeks. So at least try it to see how your body feels. For me personally, I sleep terribly when I have even 1 glass of wine. And so for me to personally experience how much better I sleep without it, it no longer had that same appeal that it once did. And so having that experience of just trying to see your energy level in the morning and how you feel is also just a good trial to see how you're doing without it.
What are the benefits that happen when you detox on the outside?
And this would be a good reason to cut caffeine too, is when you're amped up, you're stressed out, maybe you're having a hard time sleeping. Both alcohol and caffeine affect your sleep. When you're not sleeping appropriately during the night, that is your body's rest and repair moment. That is when your body takes care of all of those non-critical life-saving functions, and it repairs your cells, it helps your hair, it helps your skin, it helps your nails. So when you focus on your body and nourishing it, your skin, your hair, your nails, that glow that you get are automatic, again, byproducts or benefits of just focusing on yourself and taking care of yourself. And that's really probably the number 1 reason. I'd like to say it's for energy or for any other reason, but I think that's one reason people are really drawn to trying out detox, to see how they look afterwards. And even it's really kind of amazing the changes that you can see in even as short as 2 weeks. Almost always weight loss it's something that happens as a result, but when you're focusing on it, I feel like you have that need to restrict, and actually will usually keep you maintaining the weight when you're in that restriction mindset. So the more you can think about just nourishing, it usually has that benefit as just an added bonus.
If you're really focusing and trying to improve your insides, that's going to show on the outside, yeah. Because there's only so much amount of makeup and stuff like that that's going to help you look good. But it's so nice to just also wake up in the morning or after you just take a shower and you look at yourself in the mirror and you already feel good and you look good and you feel good about yourself. So the last thing, I feel like this might be the last thing, but what are some of your best advice, tips on how people can truly succeed in doing this type of detox for 2 weeks?
Okay. I think the first one is to have a plan and kind of know what you're going to want to do. Don't just jump into it and decide you're starting right now.
And then you open your refrigerator and you've got like eggs and turkey bacon.
You just need to plan ahead. So whenever you're trying something new, at least 2 days in advance, think through what you're doing and then make some changes accordingly. Like go to the store, grab some new go-tos, find some recipes that you like, that you're excited about, and go from there. But the second thing to that is to make sure you're doing it with somebody. The buddy system is real, and it definitely applies when you're trying something new like this. So if you can get a spouse, a friend, or find a group to do it as a part of, it really helps to hold you accountable, because I'm telling you right now, there's going to be that little voice in the back of your head that'll say, oh, this isn't working, it's not worth it, just go ahead and do whatever XYZ habit. You just need to get through and over that hump, and having a partner or somebody that you can connect with or hold you accountable, usually you're more likely to stay adherent. And then when you do, you feel so much better because you actually are getting through to see what it actually feels like.
Focusing on what's on the outside isn't the main goal. You also want to focus on the inside. But I think taking a before and after photo, just to also see like the changes that are made to your skin or your face or your overall well-being from a photo, I think that would also help.
I totally agree. And because I think a lot of times I will hear this from clients, they'll say, I don't know if this is in my head, but I'm feeling so much more energetic, but you don't always believe that. So when you can actually see the results, I actually had a client that was focused on detox specifically, and her nails had never really grown. And when she started focusing it, for her, adding more color to her diet was the thing. She noticed her nails began to grow again. And for her, that little tangible difference, she could tell that really her body was healing and working better for her through that small change of adding more color. If you want to download a tip sheet on my secret tips on how to make sure you can follow all 4 of the principles that we talked about to start your own detox, it is going to be down below. You can also check out my website or follow me on Instagram at Nutrition Bliss, or check out my Facebook page.
Make sure you guys tune in next time, because we are going to be talking about celery juice. Do you have the celery juice?
Oh, I do. I do.
So she's so nice. I know it's not like the easiest thing to juice the celery juice, but
it really is. It actually really is the easiest thing. You put it in a juicer and it's done.
So she's so kind. She actually brought me a bottle of celery juice. I'm going to be trying this for the first time. I'm probably going to be trying the celery juice challenge for how many days?
2 weeks, I guess.
Oh, 2 weeks.
You have to try it every day. You have to try it every day to really get the feeling. If you just drink it once or once in a while, you don't
see it. Okay. So I'll be doing it for 1 month. Right?
Enjoy yourself.
Oh gosh. So make sure you guys tune in, because we're going to be tackling this topic next. And if you guys have any questions on celery juicing or any other questions about nutrition, please leave those questions down below. We will answer every single one of those, and we will see you guys in our next one. Bye.
All right, thanks.